Hey, what's good, Fear fans? This is the Campfire Crew, and we're here to talk about episode 11, Pablo and Jessica. But first, let me apologize for the late upload. I've been sick, and I'm still not 100%, but we got to get a video out. Also, I apologize for last week not doing a recap video. It was a holiday, we had people over, man. I just had other stuff to do, so we didn't get one done. But with that being said, we're going to do a quick recap over last week's episode. So we get introduced to a couple new characters for Fear's version of the Red Wedding. Look, this guy's anniversary is going to suck. I mean, basically the start of the apocalypse happened on his wedding day. His father-in-law drops dead of a heart attack, bites his wife in the neck, and then they get locked in a room and have to fight their way out. So yeah, the memories of his anniversary is not going to be pretty whatsoever. I wonder if they'll do a flashback showing how they actually escaped from that room. I think that might be kind of interesting. But anyway, let's move on to Alicia. She is getting more and more awesome by the episode. They open up with her in this one where, she's counting the infected, walk down the hallway, she scratches them off on the door, she laces her shoes up, puts her hair back, and just, goes out to handle business. Really enjoyed that. She ends up meeting up with Elena, the hotel manager, and together they work out their situations to get each other connected with their families again. So they handle their business there. Let's move over to Crazy Chris. And Crazy Chris strikes again. Straight up murders a dude in cold blood. I mean, they in there stealing dude's chickens, man. Dude, come, what else he gonna do? He walks in with a gun like, yo, you taking my chickens. I'm gonna kill you. Chris shoots him, and Travis has this look on his face like, what's my son's nuts? Okay, but anyway, this last week's episode, it was a good episode. Let's talk about this week's episode. We've got about 7 moments I think we're going to talk about and break down. So, Nate, go ahead and start us off.
Zombie guts to the rescue again. Now, at this point, guys, having zombie guts on you is almost as important as having water. I mean, they should have their own little cantina in their backpack full of zombie guts to get you out of these rough situations. It looks like it worked out really good for Maddison and Strand, again, saving them using the wonderful miracle that is zombie guts.
Nick continues to show how useful he is. He walks in, he's like, yo, man, I kind of messed up last week, man. Let me help y'all out. Let me cut these drugs. We can increase our supply, and that'll buy us a little bit more time with these psychos y'all got at the grocery store. Man, it was a pleasure watching Nick work. They kind of had the music going. He's in there doing his thing. He ends up saying this quote that was like a limited but refined skill set. I really enjoyed that. And it was more than just Nick cutting drugs. It was him being able to, take a calculated risk and understand that they could find out we're cutting these drugs, but it could buy us more time. Trust me, I'm the junkie. We got this. It just kind of showed more of Nick that he can be a leader. It's just Nick doing Nick things.
Alejandro explains to Nick about him getting bit. Now, you can't help from thinking this kind of sounds iffy. Not only is it possible that the person that bit him was the actual guy he was trying to help, the druggie, who wasn't actually infected but seemed to be. He could have been the one that bit him, and it's also possible that this whole thing is just a hoax. He just basically came up with this whole idea to get these guys to follow him. I don't know about you, but I don't believe there's immunities in the apocalypse.
Clearing the hotel. Maddison goes upstairs. She has a little parlay with the waiting crew, lets them know the hotel has everything that we need to survive. We're going to make it our home. We're going to go clear this thing out. We're staying. I find it very interesting that the wedding party crew even thought that they had a right to the entire, resort just because they had the keys. I mean, how many of them are? I don't know, but there's not that many, maybe 12. They thought they was going to hold down an entire resort. Come on, man. Get out of here. Strength in numbers, people. Anyway, they go on to clear out the hotel. Alicia, the brains of this operation, realizes that it's going to be a long time before they get that thing cleared out, room by room, floor by floor. So she's like, hey, let's herd them all together. Let's take them out to the ocean in the riptide. So good job, Alicia.
Nick has proven himself to be very useful. Not only does he know how to cut drugs, but he also knows how to play soccer. So if you meet those two qualifications, you get yourself your very own little trailer that you can hang out in and, it might help him out with, getting some of the ladies' attention.
The actual Pier scene. We wanted to break this down separately because I thought this was a really awesome scene. It was cool. It kind of showed all of them working together to accomplish their goal of getting this room cleared out. It was kind of anticlimactic. It really wasn't suspenseful at all. It was just pretty smooth. It was just word them all together, walk them down the pier, except for the end. When she jumped off the pier, I was like, yo, that's sketchy. I got a little nervous. It turned out to not be an issue at all. She just swam to the boat, jumped on the boat, they went back to shore. My one complaint with this episode was I would have liked that one scene to have been a little bit more suspenseful, right? Like they could have dramatized it a little bit more, like when she jumped in the water, the infected fell in right after her, maybe landed on her a little bit, was grabbing for her, and maybe they had a little struggle about getting her back to the boat instead of it just going so smoothly. But otherwise, that was really my only complaint about that scene. I thought it was great. It was a good scene. Showed the team working together to accomplish a common goal.
Well, Nick's new place definitely worked out for him. Who comes knocking? None other than Luciana. I love their interaction. They're talking. She's getting to know him a little bit. She finds it interesting that he does have a family. I mean, obviously, he kind of seems like a loner, but that he does have a family out there. They have a little interaction. And hey, when a lady comes knocking at your door late at night, man, something's bound to happen. Looks like Nick got lucky.
This show is slowly proving that our main characters are battle tested. You even see it with the speech that Maddison gives to the wedding party. When she goes up to talk to him, she's like, y'all haven't even left the resort. You don't know what's out there. You don't know what these people would come and take this resort from you. We've been out there. We've experienced. This is the place we need to hold up at. And with each experience that each one of the members have, it kind of shows that they can handle it. They're less scared. They're just kind of like, oh, we got some guys coming. We're going to clear the rooms. Got this. Do your thing. That was one of the problems I felt like we had initially with the show was us having to grow into these characters and the characters needing to catch up with the audience, and they're there now. So when a situation arises, you kind of get that excitement like, oh, they got Alicia, got it. Oh, they got Nick can handle this. Even compared to the people within this own storyline, they seem to be advancing quicker than others. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing for the show. 2 questions. 1, where the freak is Ophelia? She just scotched out. Did they write a character off? Like, what is up with her? She just took the truck and disappeared. No explanation given. Do you think she's going to pop up in later seasons, or what's the deal with her? And secondly, what is Travis going to do with his psychotic, crazy, I need a good old-fashioned butt-whooping son? I mean, he's not going to kill him, but do you think he's going to leave? Do you think this is finally the part where Travis and them separate? Here's my thought on Chris. Wouldn't it be cool if Chris becomes the big bad villain for this series? You know what I'm saying? Like the governor-esque villain for this series. Like they stay separated long enough where he kind of assumes kind of a cult following, because even when he's talking to those guys, he's like, how many infected have you killed? It's like 17. I was like, yo, man, you legit. Now, on top of that, I'll kill people that needs to be killed. He'll put the fear in other people, and he might be a leader of his own. And I think that would be a cool conflict to see, Chris and his group of people match up against, Maddison, Alicia, Nick, and another group of people. He could be the big bad villain, and I think that would be awesome to see. Let us know in the comment section below what you thought about this episode. What do you think Travis is going to do? Where the crap is Ophelia? Until next time, guys, we out.